I have a witness. I have a witness. I have a witness. I literally started it at 4:30. I started it at 4:30 on the dot, and YouTube was loading. It was loading. You saw me. Vouch for me.
I see that it's 4:31.
Vouch for me. Mute it. No, I'm not, bro. You made me look.
Can't really vouch
for me. That. Okay, hold on 1 second.
One.
Bro, I'm sick of your shit. We spent one day together and you're like this.
Woohoo!
What is this behavior? What is this?
Yeah, she missed me or whatever. It is what it is.
Okay, just if you guys hear people talking, Leslie's filming a music video. Is that what she said I could leak? She leaked it, right? Well, let me ask.
I mean, hey, Leslie. Damn, she already said. Okay, well.
Everyone knows you're doing a music video? She definitely said that, no, she said that she's told everyone already. She told her community it's fine, everything's fine. Okay, first things first, I have to watch a JCS video.
Okay.
Do you want to watch that?
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Damn it, I knew it.
Yeah, actually.
Wait, no! Wait, no!
I'll be back.
Wait, no! Alright, it's JCS time! It's time! Uploaded 2 days ago. Son spends $275,000 of dad's money on virtual girlfriend. Really? How? Wait, okay. Oh, it's an hour. Dude, how am I supposed to play Valo like this?
2018, 29-year-old Grant was unemployed, living rent-free in his parents' guest house in the rural village of Chuliota, Florida. He had not once lived on his own and had recently been kicked out of an anesthesiology school.
Uh-oh. Oh, Jesus. Hold on. We like 1.15. Restart.
In mid-2018, 29-year-old Grant was unemployed, living rent-free in his parents' guest house in the rural village of Chuliota.
There is nothing wrong with living with your parents, okay? Honestly, you're quite fortunate if you can live for free with your parents with shelter and food, home-cooked meals. It's a great way to save money. I did it for a very long time. By the way, there's nothing wrong with that. Sometimes you're like in school or you're working a lot. Sometimes you just gotta save money.
Chuliota, Florida. He had not once lived on his own and had recently been kicked out of an anesthesiology school for lack of attendance and also fired from a job as a nurse for stealing medication. It was around that time when he decided to experiment with the relatively new realm of online cam sites. These platforms differ from regular porn sites in that they are interactive. Instead of watching a pre-recorded video, users can solicit live performances from models in exchange for money. This allows individuals to watch whatever acts they want, but at a price. Using his brother's credit card, he browsed through multiple cam models, spending an average of 20 minutes on each one. Yet it was on the 5th of June when forensics discovered he came in contact with a performer who went by the stage name of Sylvie. And over the following 6 months, Grant would spend over $200,000 of his family's money on this one model. The entirety of his father's life savings that he had saved up from working as a pharmacist for over 30 years was gone. He had spent $60,000 from his brother's credit card and had also taken a $65,000 loan out on the...
Listen, I mean, essentially, he thought what he was paying for was worth it, right? Damn, he down bad. It only gets worse. Okay, I haven't seen this yet, so no spoilers, no spoilers. But it does become incredibly unhealthy if you spend your entire life savings and other people's money. Like, that's addiction, I think.
The house. When his family found out, instead of calling the police, Grant was sent to a behavioral rehabilitation facility for online porn addiction.
The more we try to run from shame,
actual promo
the stronger it becomes.
When Grant got back from rehab on January 4th, his father presented him with a 2-page list of rules he was required to follow if he wanted to continue living at home. One of the conditions was that he cease all communication with Sylvia immediately, but it took just 3 weeks for the family to discover that he had broken the contract and re-established contact with the model via Twitter. On January 24th, when Chad, a model, got home from work, he reportedly confronted Grant over his disregard, and the two of them got into a heated argument which almost turned into a physical altercation. Grant was then kicked out of the house, and for the first time in his life, he was on his own. Shortly before 9 a.m. the next morning, police received a call from Cody Amato's girlfriend, alerting them that he had failed to show up to work that morning and hadn't responded to multiple phone calls. They arrived at the residence at 9:17 a.m., and once knocks on the front door went unanswered, they were able to gain access with a knife via the back entrance. Chad, Margaret, and Cody Amato were all found lying dead on the floor with gunshot wounds to the head from a 9mm handgun. Grant became the immediate prime suspect, as a witness statement from Cody's girlfriend advised police of a confrontation that had occurred the night before, as well as the collection of bizarre circumstances that had led to that point. He was traced to a hotel in Orlando.
You're being cooperative, sir. We appreciate that. Some Seminole County detectives want to talk to you, so we're going to get the handcuffs off of you.
In your pants, correct?
It's just a normal routine when we encounter someone that we want to make sure you're safe. Now we know you don't have any weapons. We'll get those restraints off of you. We're confident you've been cooperative, everything's good, so we appreciate that very much. It goes a long way.
He immediately agreed to accompany them to the police station and sit down for an interview. Reports stated that he wasn't made aware of his family's demise, nor was he advised as to what the purpose of the interview was for. Grant himself didn't once inquire, just reportedly sat silent in the back seat of an unmarked police car, staring out the window for the entire journey to the police station.
Did you know why? Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Time of day, 9:25 a.m. Interview, 45 seconds long. All right, let's see what this is all about. Detectives enter.
No. I'll hold off on that. Okay.
Hi, I'm Eva.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm here.
Just to restate, he has not been told, nor given any insinuation as to why he is sitting inside an interrogation room, and has not once inquired himself.
I'm sure he knows.
Hey, we really appreciate you coming over with us, and if any time during this you need to stop and go to the bathroom, want a drink, then just let me know, and we'll be happy to get you. My name is Danny Anderson, and I'm a deputy Seminole County Sheriff's Office. Is Eva.
The investigator's initial plan is to establish a friendly connection with the suspect, which can often be a highly effective tactical procedure to elicit a more detailed discourse. Yet on this occasion, something seems to get lost in the endeavor, which you'll just have to see for yourself when the time comes. This is one of the most fascinatingly aggravating interrogations to ever be released into the public domain.
There's nothing wrong with being bald. You'll chill.
Be on our way. Okay. Full name.
I do think, okay, no, I'm not pausing. No pauses. Oh my gosh, I don't have time to pause. I gotta stop being frightened when Cypher ults in Valorant and takes his hat off, and I say he's bald.
I mean, with that,
I have to stop doing that.
In the hospital for, I think, 5
It just
years.
catches me off guard because I'm used to seeing with a hat on.
I was accused
That's
of
all.
grand theft of the 3rd degree back in...
There's nothing wrong with being bald. I know I get really scared when that happens.
There was no evidence ever presented. All the charges were dropped. I've been applying for jobs for the last couple weeks. I'd gotten like 3 or 4 callbacks. And then I went on a job interview yesterday for a home infusion nurse job.
What time was your interview yesterday?
It was scheduled for 10. I got there at around 9 in the morning.
Have you guys seen this already or no?
I actually had the interview at about 9:45.
How'd that go?
I mean, it was all good. They didn't have anything. They said that they'd probably be getting back to me by Tuesday or Thursday this coming week.
Get you back to work?
Yeah, because, I mean, it's like it's a crappy world when you don't have any money.
Watched with Hassan.
Financially, how's the nursing what you did? I'm sorry, I just don't know that much. She knows all more understanding. The nursing, how does it pay?
The betrayal.
I mean, if you work your standard 3 12 hours a week,
the audacity and the betrayal.
I'd say $45,000 and $55,000 a year. So I mean, it's not bad. I think my best year I made like $55,000. Because I rarely worked overtime.
Right.
You know, when I was just because I had the whole.
I'm not gonna pause once.
School, so I was just.
Let me give you a better experience.
Just to pay the bills.
Yeah, check this out.
Gotcha. And what you were going for, what does that pay?
Nurse anesthesia pays, I mean, base like about 150 up to 175.
Okay. High school, where'd you go?
I went to Timber Creek.
How were you raised?
High school and the first 2 years of college, I was ABC.
This guy seems very, like...
You know, I was in honors in the major program for
calm.
JCS.
Girlfriends?
Girlfriends. I had, like, my high school sweetheart girlfriend for about 5 years. And then ever since then, no, like, official girlfriends, no flings or anything like that.
Dates here and there?
Really?
Dates occasionally, but, I mean, not really. Kind of focused on, like, just getting through the life goals that, you know, I wanted to achieve.
What do you like to do?
What do I like to do? I like to watch anime.
What is it? I'm sorry.
Sorry.
I don't know what it is.
I mean...
I thought you said MMA. I'm like, okay, and then when you start explaining to it,
I mean, I guess...
Don't bring anime into this!
It's like cartoons, I guess you could say, but it's Japanese cartoons. It is in Japanese, and then they
Subtitle
it. Yeah.
Do you speak Japanese?
I was gonna say, do you understand?
I don't. I understand a few words. We actually just went to me, my brother, and one of my friends, or I guess friends from high school. We went to Japan.
How long have you been out of work?
I've been out of work for 6 months, since June.
How did you pay? That's a lot of money for to be out of work.
My brother.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Other hobbies,
I think the only
PlayStation
other
and
game
Call of
we really
Duty.
played was Fortnite, but then that was starting to get to. Like,
Don't bring video games into this. Oh no.
And actually, yeah, during the time that I was that I wasn't working as a nurse, I tried to do the whole Twitch streaming thing.
What is that?
I'm
sorry.
No.
Where you have to explain a lot of stuff.
Don't
With,
bring
Twitch,
streaming into this,
you got
man.
your mic, and then you have your face cam, and then basically people are just watching you play whatever game you're going to say that you're playing.
Okay.
Twitch gaming builds
On
PCs, virtual reality.
Beat
It's
Saber,
all a gateway.
Like a rhythm-based game, like
Oh my God.
Valkyrae. Apart from that, we really didn't get into too many other games. Yeah, 'cause we were kind of just focused on Beat Saber. But I think we had downloaded a few other where it's just like you're going through like a world and you can interact with the world or something like that.
Close with your brother Cody? Let's talk about Cody.
Oh yeah. Me and
I can't believe he just mentioned Twitch.
I'm the youngest one. I'm 29. He's 31. My oldest brother Jason is 35 or 36.
I don't know this guy.
Talk about Cody.
Cody. You know, we decided to go to nursing school together. We decided to go to the nurse anesthesia school together.
We don't know him.
People thought that it was weird
we don't claim him.
we did everything together and because we were so close, but yeah, I mean,
a lot of people understand the bond of brothers, though.
Yeah.
The true bond if you're close to each other.
and I mean, during like this whole time, I mean, kind of like with just a few examples I've given you, he'd take care of everything for
Always
me.
there for you.
Yeah.
Always there to support you.
Always there. Yeah, did everything together, connected at the hip.
Ever any issues really with him?
No, like
This
I
is
was saying, during
crazy.
this last 6 months, it had been
Still
a very
hasn't
trying
mentioned the
time.
cam model.
He would like have his moments where he would get
This man is
extremely
full of
upset.
secrets.
Like you know, he never gets violent, I guess you could say. But like at one point, he got so upset that he like pushed a cabinet and then it like dented into the wall. Yeah, I mean, at least with me, he's always been like where he's there for me. Like whatever it takes, regardless of what's happening, I'm gonna take care of it for you.
Tell me about your mom.
My mom has
It must have been a bizarre sight for the detectives to witness, when a man who had just allegedly shot his mother in the back of the head gave a reminiscent smile when she was brought up in the discussion.
she's always been the
Oh, that's creepy.
kind of like Cody. She's always been the one that focused on me, and
Were you the baby? You were truly the family baby?
for my mom.
What about Chiefs?
Yeah.
Okay.
For my mom.
Mom's favorite?
Yeah. You know, countless times my dad would like come up to me and he'd make like me feel like he'd try and use things and word things to make me feel guilty so that I would, you know, do everything that I can, like get a job.
Almost like a motivation.
Right. And he'd tell me time and time again that, you know, you're her favorite. I mean, she would do anything for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, it's like, yeah, I don't need to hear that. I mean, that's not what would motivate me.
Sure.
Hi, Ariel.
But no, with mom,
What I miss, pretty much
I
this
think we owed each
guy
other a grand total
being
of, like, 3 or 4
interrogated,
times my whole life.
spent like close to
Never any issues. I mean,
$300,000
it
on
was always, like, if there was
virtual
somebody that I could talk to
girlfriend,
and, like, Cody wasn't available,
and
I'd
his
always
mom,
talk to
brother,
I'd always let her
and
know
dad
what's
are
going
dead.
on. Yeah, I mean, she would help me out through anything.
Use
What about
the this is dad's
Dad,
money.
What's he do?
Dad's a pharmacist. He works for CVS. He's been a pharmacist for, I think, 35 years or so.
He
My
was
dad
a
was
pharmacist.
Like, angry, violent type person. Overbearing. You know, like baseball practice, it'd be like 4 or 5 hours, and he's
He said
hurling
was
the
past
ball as
tense.
fast as an adult can, and we're like 7th, 8th grade trying to catch this stuff.
Belittle you?
He would belittle me when I was younger. The problem, I guess,
Thank you,
was that
Harabu, for the gifted.
I was always
Thank
like the jokester, the one that could calm everybody down, make everybody smile. If it was a heated situation, I could say a joke or something, and then make everybody kind of move past it. And I was just in the point where it's like, you know,
Oh,
I'm hearing,
retired.
you
Got
know,
it,
all
got
this
it.
stuff from Dad, I'm seeing
Sure.
how much Cody's helping me. You know, Mom's stressed out with her job, and it's like I'm not doing anything.
When's the last time your dad put his hands on you?
The last time my dad put his hands on me would be, I'd say, kind of the middle of December of
A month
2018.
ago? Untruthful.
It's because, you know, with all the money that had been getting spent and...
Just to be clear, the cam model has not yet been brought up in the discussion. The money being spent, in this context, would simply be his living expenses.
I guess just a mix of everything that I've been saying, just kind of boiling up in him. And the fact that I was, to him, it seemed like I wasn't concerned about it. So, and then plus I was, you know, I wasn't acting like myself with the jovialness and, you know, all that kind of stuff. My father chose to admit me to like a depression or an addiction clinic or something like that in Fort Lauderdale called Cornerstone.
When was that?
That was December 22nd.
Okay.
Until I think January 4th.
Did you agree to go?
I didn't, but they said that, you know, this was your only...
Who said?
My dad.
Okay.
Thanks, John, for the 5 gifted.
Did your mom agree to it?
Say
my
thank
mom
you if
and
you
my
got a
brother
sub.
both agreed, but it was my dad who was like the iron fist, like, this is what's going to happen. Like, you know, he can't...
Why did he say you needed to go? What was his reasoning?
Because with the way that I was acting, he didn't see that I was doing anything for, like, the positive.
Yeah,
you know,
he's a little too calm.
Money with him. He would like allow me to spend money that he had like with his credit card or something like that, but it's like then whenever I did, it was like a huge problem.
Okay, so you had one of his credit cards.
Yeah.
And what were you buying with it?
Well, what I was doing is
What were you doing?
4 months or something like that. I've been talking to this woman online.
Who's she?
She's embarrassing.
Tony with a 10 gifted.
She's a cam model.
A what?
A cam model. Do either of you guys know that?
Nope. Just like all the videos, you have to tell us.
A cam model, it's like they.
Thanks, Tony.
It's like a virtual girlfriend, I guess you could say.
Okay.
Like that type of situation. So a lot of the money went to her.
Okay. Where's she at?
If you are paying money to a cam girl, I definitely don't think you should assume that you're dating them. You're paying for a service, and the service is being provided. You are not in a relationship with them.
Lives in Bulgaria.
Okay?
Bulgaria?
Where's that?
Over in Europe. It's like
Bad.
outside of Germany.
Okay.
Something like that.
You ever been there?
No.
Okay.
It wasn't that serious.
Okay.
So what would you give her money for?
Just for like time online with her.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it was just like that type of thing.
And what'd she charge?
$600 for like 5,000 or something tokens or something like that. So, and then it was 4 hours a night. So I mean that's basically just where all like the costs went to, was you pay real money for the tokens, then you use the company's digital currency for that.
So you do.
Sorry, I have to pause. They would. I'm sure there are definitely people out there that accept money to pretend to be your girlfriend, but they make that clear, right? They make that rental girlfriend. That's a service, but you have to make it clear that like if you're paying for that, like you should be aware, like, okay, this person is going to pretend to like me, pretend to date me, kind of thing. An escort, yeah, like an escort. That's like a real thing where people, like girls will accept money to be an escort, and they pretty much like go with you wherever you're going. You have to pretty much be your date, essentially. That is oh my gosh. I feel like oh my gosh, I can't even imagine being brave enough to go with a stranger like that. You know what I mean? You know, to each their own. They're not hurting anyone, and like they, you know, it's consent. You get your bag.
I met her.
Consent. Keyword consent. Very important.
July. Yeah, at the very beginning of July.
Okay, and still talking to her?
Still, yeah. I mean, more just on like Twitter, like just through direct messaging. Again, cell phone service doesn't work, so it's like I can't use the chatting. Like
How much do you think you spent on this? Because it seems kind of pricey.
Yeah, probably close to like $200,000, I'd say.
$200,000?
Yeah.
And where'd the money come from?
Money came from me, my brother, and then my dad.
Did they know where the money was going to?
They didn't know that it was going to a cam model. I was saying that it was going towards my Twitch streaming, like advertising, like putting my name out there and that type of thing. So I guess to like bring it all back with why I was.
That's so much money.
It was a mix of all of those things. It's like he felt like
It's just even more sad that like his father thought it was going somewhere else.
And
like he lent that money to his son with the intentions of it going somewhere else. That's the worst part about it.
This is an isolated event. You've been out of work. You have this PTSD from the whole getting arrested thing, and I mean, the last thing on my record was, I think, a speeding ticket back when I was at UCF. They had signed me up, I think, to be there for 60 days, but then I was only there until January 4th. So
who paid for that?
My brother, Cody.
What was the cost of that? Yeah,
$15,000.
Man, his family believed him and loved him. They trusted him.
I was fine. I told them all about like my living situation and how it had been stressful, and then it got better, and then now it's just stressful again. But they had all just said that it was just this isolated event.
Situational PTSD from...
Right. When I got back, that's when my dad started to get really kind of overbearing. And I mean, rightfully so. I know what I did. But it's like with him, it was every single day, hours a day, hours a day. He'd come home from work, and then he would just talk to me just about the same exact thing over and over and over and over and over again.
When was the last time that you and your dad did have, you know, a heated conversation?
It would be Thursday? Because
2 days ago.
One of his rules was that I wasn't allowed to talk to the woman anymore that I had been talking to. But I guess you could say behind the scenes, my mom would let me talk to her through her cell phone using Twitter. So yeah, anyways, on Thursday, he had apparently found out that I was speaking to her again. You know, it wasn't really my intention to continue talking to this woman, but it just kind of happened. And then because there was like that emotional connection, I guess you could say, between her and me, like I like, you know, it felt like a relationship. You know, I didn't want to just stop cold turkey.
I hope they talk to the woman.
So Thursday, you're home all day.
Yes.
With your mom. She works at home.
Correct. Yeah.
Your dad's at work. What's his normal work hours?
Fred, where'd they say 30 months?
I think he had to go in early that day because he had to start like doing overtime or something like that. And he normally works though from like 5 or 6 in the morning to, I think he gets home between like 5:30 and 6 at night.
Yeah, she's gonna be like, who? What's his name?
5:30. And then he came in and he asked me.
What's his username?
In a calmer state, I guess you could say. Like, basically the leading question of, you know, why do you think we're about to have this conversation? Giving me, I guess, that opportunity to be honest and truthful, to maybe tone it down a little bit. I, of course, did what I always did, where I
emotional connection. He probably felt
admit to it.
Emotionally connected.
And then he came out and he told me that I'd been doing that.
Yeah, proof.
But she was probably just doing her job.
Yeah. He kind of, you know, pulled me up from the couch, and then he was yelling at me to pack my shit up and just get out of the house. That he was the one who had to be the hammer, and that, you know, why am I making him have to go through this, and all this other kind of stuff.
Okay.
I had my argument, and then I'm packing my stuff. I'm, you know, taking it out to the car. It took me like a couple hours to get as much as I could, just kind of out into there. So I left. And then.
What time do you think you left about?
Oh, God. 9 or 9:30 or so.
He goes on to state that he met up with his brother soon after on the side of the road.
And what was the conversation?
Conversation was basically that he was brought up to speed, you know, and that he would take care of it.
He was brought up to speed by what?
This is Grant attempting to frame his brother for a double murder-suicide. You will see this quote brought up repeatedly from this point forward.
He was brought up to speed on, like, why I'm out here.
Who brought him up to speed?
My mom.
Oh, so she talked to him?
Yeah.
He told you that mom had talked to him?
Right.
Do you think that's why Cody left work?
According to Grant, Cody had left work a few hours early to meet up with him on the side of the road. Cody had indeed left work early, yet it wasn't to meet up with Grant. It was later proven that while Margaret Amato was sitting at the computer sipping on a glass of red wine, Grant shot her in the back of the head. He then lay in wait for his father to return to the house, then shot him twice in the head as he entered the kitchen. Cody then received a text from his father's number, asking him to come home urgently. Forensics believe that he was very likely pleading for his life soon after he entered the front door. He was found by police with a gunshot wound to the face, lying in the fetal position. His credit card was stolen, with a purchase made to a campsite for $600 and estimated 30 minutes later.
I mean, in my mind, I was just thinking, oh, he had been...
That's crazy!
Like 3 times already this week, so I was like...
10, 15 minutes you talk to Cody.
Right.
You have a conversation, and he leaves to go home.
Right.
And you leave to go where?
And then I stay in that general area, just so that if anything happens, somebody, like, knows where I am. Yeah, I mean, I was staying in that general area, and then I decided to go
to Publix.
He just referred to the Publix supermarket parking lot. This is where he used the free Wi-Fi to log on to the campsite with his dead brother's credit card.
Which was about what time?
No. This guy is so selfish and stupid.
I stayed there.
Did he really think that detectives weren't going to link the purchases back to him?
Like
What?
7.
Slept there last night? Talked to anybody?
I messaged the girl
Just
that I'd
pure
been talking
addiction.
to on Twitter. Yeah.
On Twitter, so you have to pay for it.
Right.
Did she respond back to you?
I think once.
The discussion is then brought back to his last meeting with Cody.
And then when you left Cody, what did he say he was going to go do?
Cody said that he will take care of it.
Take care of what?
Just the situation.
Oh, so
that was
sad.
updated with whatever he had been updated with from my mom.
Did he tell you what he was updated?
He had told me the reason why I had been kicked out. But he really didn't give me that much dialogue about that situation. He was miffed a little bit because he had just gotten off work and now he has to go deal with this.
But what was your demeanor? What did Cody see you as? Were you
scared?
upset?
Yeah, I was scared because like I said, it's the first time that I had been out of the house.
We've come and talked to you.
Okay.
You rode up here voluntarily with us to talk to us.
The detective will now initiate the first confrontation.
Why do you
Say
need to
it.
have this conversation?
I
Yeah.
honestly don't know, but I'm pretty freaked out at this point because
Because you're about to get caught, bitch. This
I
guy.
know how the situation was when I left.
You're now about to see the lead interrogator's attempt at getting Grant to confess, in a manner so blatantly obvious that the suspect immediately sees through it.
As a child, we're told the truth always is the best thing to do, correct?
Correct.
You agree with me?
Yeah.
And accidents happen, and things in the heat of the moment, things happen
Oh.
that we wish hadn't happened. But I do it myself sometimes. My kids will make me so aggravated, I'll snap at them and then walk away and say, wow, I wish I would not have done that. That was not very adult of me to snap at my child for something. Yes, they're wrong, but I should be the adult and not snap at them.
Right.
Huh?
Tell me what you think, because I can tell I've done this for a long, long time, and I read people, the way they act, and the way they talk to me, and the way they answer questions. There's something you want to tell us. I can see it in your eyes, I can see it in your body language.
I don't think so.
Now's the time.
Wait.
Now's the time. There's something you want to get off your chest.
This was actually the worst.
What's bothering you? Now is the exact time to do it. And I'm giving you that opportunity.
That was the worst execution I have ever seen in a video.
Something you want to get off your chest. It's there. I can see it in your face.
An interrogation video.
You're upset about. You're upset about. You've been that since we've talked to you. I can see there's something been bothering you. Even though I don't know you from Adam's house, can't you see things in people that something's really bothering this guy? It's not that I spent a bunch of money I shouldn't have on this girl. So be it. You did. It's over with. Money can be made back. Something's bothering you.
I'm just worried about what is all transpiring from this.
I think at this point right now, to be honest with you, Grant, you know what it is. It's in your eyes. Your eyes is the beauty of your soul.
Oh, hell no.
It's in your
Like,
eyes.
not the stupids.
And
What is
it sounds
that?
stupid, and people don't believe it. Like I told you out there in the car, did I not tell you? You may not like what I say, but I'm going to tell you the truth. I'm going to tell you the truth every time, because I can walk in front of anybody in God and say,
I can't believe they just did that. Not even a trigger warning.
And we usually know answers before we ask it.
I knew, me and Eva knew.
Jump scare.
Before we asked you the questions. Now's the time to come to Jesus, be honest, because you're holding something back. I can see it in your eyes. People don't believe that the police will help you, but we are actually here to help you with issues you may have. Something happened, and you don't want to tell us, but right now is the time to get it off your chest. And I really wish you would, because it will make you feel better in the end.
I genuinely don't have anything else that I can say about the night or the periods of time afterwards.
There's only one opportunity.
Man said, come to Jesus.
Make that good impression. And if we've done something we shouldn't have done, get fast up there. You caught your hand in a cookie jar.
Detective Dan's
You
approach here
caught
is so
your
incredibly
hand in
outdated
the
and predictable
cookie
that it
jar.
actually seems to boost the suspect's confidence. It's the detective, in fact, who gives off a nervous disposition.
Yeah,
He'll begin stumbling over his own words while
does.
simultaneously mixing up his analogies, which never made a great deal of sense to begin with.
You do it.
Dude, I could do a better job than this
Anything
man.
else that happened at the house that you didn't tell us, that you've left out, or we haven't asked you, that would be of importance? Or during the time that you drove
I can
around
hardly
with
speak
the-
English.
Did you ever really go back to the house that you haven't told us about?
You'll also notice the female detective interject with something useful every now and then. But unfortunately, she's not the one leading this interrogation. That would be the detective who keeps bringing up Jesus, to a guy who just murdered his family to go jerk off in a parking lot to a Bulgarian cam model.
I know things that you don't know. And honesty will get you all the things I can do for you, to be honest. I can't deal with someone who lies to me,
Right.
but I'll deal with someone and help them till the end, no matter what, believe it or not. That's just me, and she'll tell you. It's what it is.
He doesn't care, bro.
I'm going to say if I can do something that can help you, I'm going to help you, because every one of us make mistakes and do things we should have done in the heat of the moment to protect ourselves or to protect somebody else. It happens. Now's the time. Now is the time.
So what do you think
To be
happened?
honest.
I think that there was something that obviously happened at the house.
Tell me what happened.
I don't know what happened.
I know better. Listen to me. I know better. I can help you, Grant, with honesty. I can help you with honesty.
We think something else happened before you left the home that you're either afraid of or embarrassed to talk about. But we need to
I
know
don't think
exactly
he's
what
even
happened.
embarrassed.
Like Danny said, we can place you there at certain times. And so we need to know.
I feel
what
like he
happened when you left
just
that
really
house.
doesn't care.
You didn't leave with everything being okay.
I honestly, I don't have anything else that I can really say. I mean, I don't know.
Do you even know why law enforcement got involved? Like what brought us to that home?
No.
Once you start telling me something that's truthful that I know, then we're going to have a conversation of exactly what happened.
I mean, you're a smart guy. You know something's happened at your home. You have law enforcement here. You haven't heard or gotten any
Well,
emails.
I mean,
from your family.
I'm just scared as to what the answer is.
Well, you need to help yourself by filling in the blanks of what happened that night so we can give you the answer.
She said, help yourself.
Did anything more happen with you and your father besides him grabbing you up from the couch and yelling at you and kicking you out? Anything at all? Did he harm you, hit you,
No.
draw any weapons on you?
No, he didn't do anything like that. I mean, he was just yelling.
This is the time to come to Jesus, to be honest. But you know more. I'm looking in your eyes. Your eyes tell me exactly that you are hurting inside. I get it. Brother, I get it. You're hurting.
And this is the
You're
only
scared.
time we can help you.
Because once we get to a certain point, there's nothing I can do. It's in the hands of who has it.
Dude.
Nothing I can do.
This man just murdered his whole family to wank it
You admit to it. I get it. How can
online.
What can be done to
I
help
don't
you?
think he
Let
cares
me
about
tell you
Jesus,
the
bro.
rest of my story. You're
And
holding
if
back.
something happened that you were defending yourself, then we need to know that. If you were protecting yourself because you were in fear, then that makes sense. But we need to know exactly what happened for you to protect yourself.
You can't minimize this. Once a wise man told me one time, once a bomb goes off, you can't defuse it.
The detective's wise man friend was clearly a specialist in nuclear fusion, yet most people would already comprehend that a bomb can no longer be defused once it has exploded.
You can't. That's already out there. Now is the point to say, how do I put Band-Aids on myself?
I almost feel like this whole video is just about how bad this detective is.
I want to give you that opportunity. I don't think you're a bad guy at all. I really don't.
The male detective will now for some reason focus on Grant's flaws and the overwhelming embarrassment of the cam girl situation, which is basically the exact opposite of what he should be doing. He seems to get confused about what he's trying to achieve here. He carries a sympathetic tone while essentially roasting the ever-loving shit out of the suspect.
I think you're going through a very stressful and emotional time right now with being out of work and just dealing with all the problems with the arrest. You're probably not used to depending on somebody to pay all your bills. So now you
I think he's used to that, actually.
Cody's have to give you money.
He's definitely used to getting the money from others.
$200,000. I don't know what I do. I mean, mortgage, yeah, I get it, or something like that, or a medical bill for my child, yeah, I get it. But talking to some girl, in Bulgaria, you hit it right on that. You were embarrassed about it, and you have nothing to be embarrassed about. Here it is, man. I want to help you. She want to help you. You gotta come to me with the truth now, because I already know the truth.
There's a reason you didn't go back to the house. There's a reason why you haven't tried to reach out. I mean, it's odd you haven't heard from anybody.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's words that, like, I can't think of to even say. Like, I don't know how to even say the words.
Well, give me a roundabout what you're thinking.
That somebody in my family's dead.
Okay,
How does
yeah.
that make you feel if you're thinking that?
I have absolutely no ability to comprehend the words, because, like I said, I've been there for my whole entire life, and even though there's been struggles and everything like that, there has never been any issues.
There's never been the struggles or the issues like happened Thursday. Never for you. I believe you 100%. I believe it's never been like that. But something happened Thursday, unlike anything you've ever experienced in 29 years of your life. Never.
And maybe you felt that was rock bottom for you. You were getting kicked out of the house. Your father gave you an ultimatum. I mean, that's...
The female detective will now carry out what the male detective was probably trying to do a few minutes ago. She will afford him justifications for the crime, making the gravity of admission less intimidating.
You know, you're already dealing with
I think Fallow's at 6:30.
And, you know, now you have to stop talking to this girl, and now you're being kicked out of the home. I mean, that's... I can understand how you would feel. I mean, that you'd want to lash out, or, you know, if something happened, you'd want to defend yourself.
Sure. Absolutely.
But we need to know what happened.
I mean, I can tell that you guys are, like, leading me into a certain way of what...
The only thing we're leading you to is wanting to get the truth from you. Not trying to make you say something that's not true, that's not accurate. The truth. The end. That's it. That's all we want is the absolute truth.
I genuinely don't have anything else that I can say about what transpired during the nighttime.
Yeah, I don't see how they're gonna get this guy to confess.
So when you left your house, everybody was fine.
Yeah.
And when you left Cody?
Everything was fine.
Well, we got called to the house because Cody didn't show up to work. So law enforcement goes over there, and can you tell us what we found?
No, the only thing that I was told was that Cody would take care of it for me. And that's all that I know.
So if anything happened in the home, to bring law enforcement there, what would you think happened?
That there was a shooting.
Between whom?
I don't know. Between Cody and my dad.
And why would you think that?
To protect me, or to help me, or to do something with me.
Yeah, why did he assume it was a shooting?
Cody,
No.
your father, or your mother?
No. I mean, I don't know, like, what more I can say.
Well, when law enforcement arrived, that's what they found. So you're the only outstanding child. You're the one that's been having problems with your dad. You're the one that we haven't been able to find for 2 days. Do you understand now why we would be questioning you about this?
Yeah, but I mean, I wouldn't, like, I wouldn't be saying, like, all, like, I don't know the way to, I don't know, like, what to even say.
So if anything happened in the home, you believe it would be Cody and him?
Yes. Because I don't have, you know, access to anything.
We know that
Say it.
Cody didn't shoot your dad. We know Cody didn't shoot your mom. We know Cody didn't shoot himself. There's something...
And you still haven't asked us the condition of them or anything.
That's because I don't know what the normal proceedings are, but
The normal proceedings are for you to be honest about what happened.
And then we hope you understand everything that's going to go on from here on out, of what our responsibilities are.
And we don't believe you're being honest. We feel that you are leaving something out about what happened in that home. And the evidence tells us what happened in the home. But you need to fill in the blanks.
The suspect's composure was finally starting to slip. This was the perfect moment to draw out the silence to see how he'd respond to the pressure.
Here's my hand for honesty.
Oh my gosh, here's my hand, he said.
And when it's all said and done, I'm going to be honest to the very last day that I deal with you. And then when this investigation continues, I'll go on to the next person to be honest with them.
The hand of honesty.
I can only do so much with honesty. Honesty.
So what are you not telling us? What happened at that home that you know? Did you leave the house with your brother Cody looking like that? Or did you leave the house with your father looking like that? Or your mother? Is that how you left your family?
Oh!
No.
Nobody else went into that house.
Who left your family like this? If you were the one that's been depressed, you were the one that owes money, you were the one that got into a confrontation with your father, who did this to your family? If you were trying to defend yourself or something else happened, we need to know now.
The female detective does an excellent job at affording him the option to admit to a lesser infraction, which in this case is self-defense. She provides the option while simultaneously building pressure. It's a textbook maneuver, and she does it very well.
To help you. So tell us what happened, Grant.
Textbook maneuver.
We're here to listen to you.
Grant, you need the truth. We're here to make this right.
Get him.
It's on the tip of your tongue, my man. I get that.
Did your father go after you and you try to protect yourself?
No, I didn't do any of this.
Hey, I know. Video surveillance tells me everything that happened this night. I'm telling you. Of people that you'd be surprised who in your neighborhood has video. And I know that there's only 4 people at this house during this time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Tell me. You got to tell me, man. You got to tell me. Get over that hoop.
How did this guy become a detective?
If you're sitting there saying no, and video shows
I'm so shocked.
Guess what? Big problem.
But it mentioned that he's been doing this for a long time because he's just been throwing entirely.
Anybody. A lot of this, what people make decisions on, is honesty. Was somebody honest? Didn't fire a gun, didn't fire a gun, didn't fire a gun. None of them did. None of them did. Cody did not go home.
Or did your father point a gun at you?
No, there's nothing else that I can say.
Your emotions, your demeanor, your body language, your eyes tell me everything I need to say about you. You want to tell me in the worst way. You want to get this pain off your chest. Do it.
I mean, there's just nothing else that I can say.
So your dad had told you in the past before that he would kill you?
Right.
For what reason?
If I basically did anything related to this, again, costing him a lot of money.
And Cody knew about that?
Right.
So when did you learn that your family was dead?
I had been worried since last night when I was just in the hotel, but I knew when you guys told me. I mean, like, I knew when you guys had told me.
You already knew, though.
But I had...
You already said, you knew.
At any point, did you feel like you needed to reach out to Cody and see if he was okay, or...?
I just didn't want to call anywhere. I just didn't want to know.
We understand your father was abusive, and we understand that he was the asshole. And if he threatened you, that he was going to kill you when you came back, you were probably in fear, were you not? So did your brother come home to try and defend you, and then this gunfight happened, and you got so scared that you left?
This version of events would obviously clear Grant of any wrongdoing. The detective is hoping he takes the bait so that he changes his story, and can then be placed under arrest for lying to police.
No, I mean, I had left when I had said that I had left.
I just don't know where else to go to get you to come around, because it does not make any logistical sense of what you're telling us. It doesn't.
How long is this? Almost done.
If we got into shooting, we would know.
There's 10 minutes left.
Shot each other. We know that.
But why Mom?
This video just made me angry at the detective. I just...
so bad in how the hands, like, never it's been before in your life. Never been here before in your life, or your family's life. He's pissed. His future, his retirement, his plans are being upset by you because of the financial cost. I would almost bet this is just a horrible, bad incident that on any other day wouldn't happen. But you and me both know, as does she, what happened that night.
I don't have the answer for anything else.
This detective, bro.
I'm gonna walk out and then I'm done. And I'm done for good. When I'm done, I'm done.
I'm done.
I don't have anything else that I can say.
Do you not feel bad for doing this to your family?
I mean, I've been getting blamed for the last half a year for everything, and I've been trying to move forward into a positive direction. And then every day I'm reminded of all the trouble that I had caused. And then I keep being told the same thing over and over again, but there's nothing that I can do to change it.
Do you regret doing this to each one of your family members?
I didn't do that to each one of them.
Here, you sit in my seat for a minute.
Sit in my feet.
Sit in my seat. Get out of here. Sit right here. Come here. Sit right here. Get out of that seat. Sit right there for me.
This guy's crazy.
The suspect still isn't sitting in his seat.
Two things that happened here today. Two things. You're a guy swimming out in the middle of the ocean, and we're going to give you one of two things based on you. You can have a life preserver to keep from drowning, or you get the boat anchor. And which one do you want? Because we will give you whichever one you ask for.
Not the analogies, bro.
I I want the life preserved, but I've said everything that I can.
You want it, and I believe you do, but you have not said everything you can say. But there will be a time where you ask for that life preserver. I can't give it to you. I can't. Once I cross a line I gotta step over, can't do it. Won't do it. Think about that. I want to talk to her for a minute. Think about the last.
She's so over it. This guy is ruined everything.
And then we'll come back to you in a couple of minutes, and then we'll go from there. And what happens is what happens. Fair enough?
Okay.
You alright, man? Okay.
We finally left him alone.
Need some food, some water. You good to stay for a while longer? You okay?
I mean, I just don't have anything more that I can say. I don't know what the next...
I'm not keeping you. If you want to stay, well, I'll talk to you till whatever, till you're happy with everything.
Second is waiting for you in Valo. I'm in the Discord, but Leslie hasn't joined yet.
You're not detained. You're not being kept here. Don't want to be here. You don't have to be here.
I don't want to be here anymore.
Okay. Give me a minute. We'll get you out of here. What we'll do is we'll get you up somewhere. I'll give you my card, my phone number. If you want to talk to me, you're more than welcome to call me. And we'll move forward from there. Fair enough? Any questions of me before I go? Or before we walk out? I'll be happy to answer any questions you may have.
Like, what am I, allowed to do?
Live your life. Hey man, we are right there at it. Jason's here. It's going to be a few more minutes. What I need to do is just for our investigation, get some pictures of you. We're going to collect your clothing. As soon as that's done, we'll get Jason here to talk to you. All right.
Wait, who's this?
Alright, so, I think you know what happened.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask you plain out. You are not part of it anyway.
No.
How...
Other brother.
When was the last time you saw everybody?
What?
I left the house.
Another brother?
12:30.
Repeats what he told detectives, no emotions.
I want to believe you, Grant, but you're the last person that I could put in that house. And I know what happened over the last 6 months. Who else can I blame? How are we gonna find out who did this?
I don't know. I don't have the answers.
The shit you did, you could have been in jail. You would have been in jail for years.
No. That's so sad.
And they covered it up for you. I'm scared for you, and I'm scared for myself, and I don't feel comfortable with you being around me alone. I'm sorry. I could take you physically, but if you have a knife or know where a gun is, I'm fucked. I need you to be honest with me, man. I need to have closure. I was told that you would not have access to be able to contact this woman. Why do you feel the intent to still contact her?
It was just the whole emotional thing. I mean, that's all
okay.
that I can say.
So are you saying that you love the woman?
I feel like I did, yeah.
Okay, you feel like you did, so you don't feel that way now?
Well, I mean, now it's pretty much, I mean, it's not what it used to be, is all I can say.
Because she's aware of what had happened in the last several months.
Right.
It hurt, right?
Well, yeah.
Yeah, because you can't carry that persona that you carried before.
Oh.
I do love you, though. Just remember that. Just like Mom, Cody, and Dad loved you. Nobody loved you any more or any less.
Oh. God. Why? Oh, he was so horribly addicted. That's so sad.
You have anything else you need to talk about before we let you go? Because now's your time. You know that.
Wait, how does this end?
Said, once you're out of here, there's no coming back from this. We're giving you every opportunity to tell us what happened in that home that you have not told us. So you're aware that when you leave here, you're not going to have any chance to redeem yourself and tell us the truth after the fact.
I understand.
And you're okay with that. You can live with yourself knowing that you're not going to tell us the truth.
I've said what I can say.
Okay.
You ready, man? Question for you real quick. You don't want to hurt yourself. You don't want to hurt anybody else. No suicidal thoughts. Okay, come on.
Grant was arrested 9 hours later at his hotel. His trial began on August 12, 2019.
Grant Amato was so obsessed with this woman. You're going to see from the evidence in this case, at 2:53 a.m. on January 25th, after leaving the house that contained the 3 dead bodies of his family, the defendant goes to a nearby Publix parking lot, logs onto their Wi-Fi, and uses his dead brother's USA checking account to pay $599.99 to get onto Sylvie's website at 3:02 in the morning. That's what this case is about. It's about his blind obsession with this woman, the end of the world, as he believed it to be, because of his family, and his absolute contempt for those that he held responsible.
Verdict. We, the jury, find the defendant guilty of first-degree premeditated murder.
Grant Amato was sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole. David Russell Williams.
How is JCS just gonna end the video like that?
In mid-2008...
Just like that? It's just so... so sudden. Yeah, life in prison. There you go. The end. Well... we are used to Iwu. Iwu.
I can't do shit right, I can't learn my lesson. I can't do shit right, take antidepressants. Illness and welfare robbed my adolescence. My friends probably hate me, can't answer a message.